All right, it's rivalry week in Major League Soccer, and locally we have the Hudson River Derby going down next weekend. Rivalries take place in this rivalry week from May 11th through the 18th. So let's talk MLS with a host for MLS 360 and former Red Bull striker Bradley Wright-Phillips, who joins me now. BWP, what's going on?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. Bradley, let's kick things off with an overview of the 2024 MLS Rivalry Week. Which matchups are you looking forward to the most, and why?
Well, you mentioned the Hudson River Derby next weekend, but I think the earliest one is the MLS Real Derby, Columbus Crew against Cincinnati. I think it's two teams. One team just won the MLS Cup and one just won the Supporters Shield. So if you're asking me, it's the two best teams we have to offer right now in the league through their achievements last season. So that one should be exciting.
Yeah, that should be a good one there. So that's a really exciting one to look forward to. Let's talk about a couple of these matchups individually, because Cucho Hernandez, he's been a crucial part of Columbus Crew's attack, who you just mentioned there, and their team. How do you think he'll influence their game against FC Cincinnati in the MLS Real Derby? How do you think that plays out with his performance?
Well, he's one of those explosive players. Anything in the final third, anything in terms of creation and scoring goals, he's the player they look to. He's been brilliant this season so far. He was brilliant last season. I think for him today, it's going to be tough because he's playing against a backline that are very stubborn. They don't give up too many goals. But for Columbus Crew to win, he's going to have a big game. He's going to have to do the things he normally does, going by players, shooting from distance, getting in the box and finishing his chances. But Columbus Crew, if they want to win this game, Cucho has to have a big game. That's how important he is to this team.
Yeah, and he's really dynamic. We know what he can do. You talked about his shooting from distance. That can be really exciting there. As a former Red Bulls player, I got to ask you this. What's your assessment of the upcoming Hudson River Derby next week against NYCFC? The Red Bulls, they're currently sitting at 4th in the Eastern Conference. Do they have the edge in this matchup in your eyes?
I'd say from the outside, yes, they have the edge, because they're doing better in the league. They started the season very well, surprised a lot of people. But you can't sleep on NYCFC. I think they have a team with a lot of young, interesting and talented players. And I think for New York Red Bull, they don't want to go into that game thinking, this one's going to be easy. It's a derby match. Anything can happen. The league table doesn't matter. I think this one's going to be very exciting. I think down the years, we've looked at this derby and it's been a bit star-studded. Now we've got a lot of youth on show. And I think they'll bring the energy and it'll be a really good matchup.
Yeah, a lot of young players in this one, and that could be good. And you kind of just mentioned that rivalry games can change the momentum of a team season. Anything can happen, right, Bradley? Which teams, when you look at this rivalry week, could use a rivalry win to turn things around in 2024?
I think Portland Timbers could do with a good win in a rivalry game, because that's another team that has the talent. They've just been a bit defensively poor. They haven't been as good as we've seen them down the years defensively. But I think they could use this game coming up and really get a big win and then use that momentum to carry on through the season, because they do have the pieces up top. A really good player in Evander, MVP quality, number 10 for Portland. So I'd say them.
All right, there you go. Portland Timbers, keep your eye on them, see if they can turn their season around. MLS Rivalry going down, like I said, May 11th to May 18th. Bradley Wright-Phillips, former striker for the Red Bulls. He's going to be all over it. Check him out on MLS 360, doing a great job hosting there. BWP, always good to talk to you. Always good to talk some football. I know you don't love the team I root for in the EPL, which is Liverpool, and you root for Arsenal, but it's still all love, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Bye-bye.